Okay, so this is the first time in a while that I'm actually going to be starting on time. So I'm going to give a little rant about my personal story, which I've talked about some of these things before, but I don't know. Recent events have happened. So I'm going to give my personal story and then I'm going to open it up for anyone else who wants to join the conversation. So I know I have new subscribers to my channel, but I have been talked to my ex mom for over 2.5 years. And the reason that I refer to her as my ex mom is because she has been extremely abusive. And I just realized that she did not care about me at all. And so I still refer to my dad as dad because even though he is a narcissist, he didn't actually abuse me the way that she did. So I'm going to be referring to her as my ex-mom. I don't consider her my mom. I consider her to be some abusive bitch who I used to live with, who basically had no real connection with me, who didn't care about me at all. Um, I don't feel anything for her. I think that she's cruel, she's evil, malicious, and she's a malignant narcissist, even worse than my dad. I've talked to my brother about that. My brother thinks that he's worse. I don't. He is a narcissist, but he's a covert narcissist. She's overt and she's malignant. Okay, so so again, I cut her off about 2.5 years ago, and when I cut her off, I wrote a very detailed letter. I mean, I'm not going to try to talk to her because she doesn't, her attention span is very limited. She's not going to listen to anything that I say. So I thought if I wrote this detailed letter, I'm not just cutting her off without any explanation. I'm telling her specifically why I'm doing it. And I can go into details later, but basically it was for my mental health. She was stressing me out. She had already sabotaged my career. Um, and then she was acting like nothing happened, you know. And I'll come back to that if you guys have more questions about what that was all about. But so I blocked her number, which is the first thing that I did. And then I ultimately changed my number because I didn't want her contacting me at all. Um, so again, this was 2.5 years ago. So recently she's been pressuring my brother to get me to talk to her. And then she had the nerve to say that she wasn't mad at me. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is the reason why I can't deal with her. She doesn't feel that she did anything wrong. I don't even think that she read the letter. Like, I don't even know why I wasted my time trying to explain anything to her. I should have just cut her off and just moved on with my life. But she's saying that she's not mad at me because basically I'm a disrespectful son who didn't allow her to continue abusing me. Basically, she wants to finish me off. She already sabotaged me in so many ways. And now that I'm trying to salvage whatever little life that I have, now she wants to come back and sabotage me even more. And I'm supposed to be dumb enough to allow her to do this. Now, I didn't always think this way. I thought I'm being disrespectful. I'm supposed to let my mom do whatever she wants because at that point I thought she actually cared about me. I thought that the things that she did were for my best interest, right? But then I realized no, she never gave a fuck about me. So many things that she did to me as a child were just cruel and this manipulating me constantly for narcissistic supply. When I was little, she would physically abuse me, just punch me, beat me with extension cords, drag me down the stairs, um, slap me. Just it was almost if I had no rights. I was just her fucking slave, so that she could control me. Now that I'm older, now that she physically can't dominate me, she tries to dominate me with emotional manipulation. So she still wants to control me, and she only sees me as narcissistic supply. So the most support I will ever get from her, and even my dad, but I'm mainly talking about my mom, ex-mom, because she's the one who won't let it go. My ex-dad, or my dad, I'm not going to call him ex-dad. He realizes that he fucked up and he's going to let it be. He's not going to continue trying to push the issue the way that she is. So Gosh, where was I? Again, I'm going to be opening up the discussion if y'all want to join, because this is very pervasive. A lot of people are being sabotaged by their own parents and they don't even recognize it. And it took me a long time to recognize it, because who would think that their own parents would purposefully try to destroy their future? And I didn't even realize that she, and I feel so damn dumb. I just kept letting her do it. I never stood up for myself. Now, as a child, I feel that it was my dad's responsibility to protect me. He did. I mean, he was weak. She was beating the shit out of him too, and instead of standing up to her, and he basically just let her get away with it. So they were married, right? They weren't married when I was born, but he was in the military. And so for those of you women who want to get married, I would say your best bet is to get with someone who is in the military. And the reason that military men are more likely to get married is because of the military benefits. So you don't get benefits if you aren't married. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Um, he had me, and then my brother, and he wasn't doing well in life, so he decided to join the military, and then she decided to marry him, and then they just fought like cats and dogs. My childhood was just, I have all these memories of her chasing him down the street with knives, the cops constantly being called. I mean, I don't know what he did because he would never say that. He would never tell me the full story. He would only say what she did. And I know that one day she picked up a pipe and beat the shit out of him until he was in a coma. Um, I'm like, if she did this shit to you, what do you think she's going to do to her fucking children? This woman is a malignant narcissist. She has no empathy. She's a very violent woman. Now she's up in age, so she can't be as violent as she used to be, but she still has that. That still is a part of her mentality. I mean, of course she was going to beat the shit out of. So years later, he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that she was doing all that to you." Oh, I mean, what did you think? You didn't care. You didn't. I mean, you were too weak to stand up for her, for your children. And now that I'm an adult, I refuse. I refuse. She's already sabotaged a huge chunk of my life. I always felt guilty when she would try to play these mind games, talking about how, oh, I'm your mother. That's her excuse for, I'm your mother. I'm your mother. So basically, when she says that you're supposed to feel guilty because you hurt her feelings, even though you didn't do anything. Um, I told you I went on a field trip when I was in the eighth grade, and I had never gone anywhere without an adult. I didn't know you're supposed to bring a damn souvenir. She got her feelings hurt and made a big deal about it. Got on the phone, told everybody how I was a no good nothing piece of shit. Held a grudge for me for like a whole week, and then I had to buy a keychain from. I know I told this story. It's not that interesting, but she's done a lot of shit to me. Um, yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because I consider her to be a demon. And I didn't realize this the whole time. It's like when people are being abused, you don't reckon. I knew that I was being abused because I did call the cops on her when I was little. And of course they never came. But I didn't realize that I thought maybe she was just stressed out. Maybe, um I don't know. She had financial problems, and my dad wasn't paying child support, whatever. But no, this isn't just her going through hard times. She was sitting around drinking and just beat the shit out of us. A fucking monster. But the stuff that she did to me as an adult, I think, was even worse because, okay, it's a whole lot of stuff that she did. But basically, I'm going to skip to the most recent stuff, which the stuff that I'm actually holding her accountable for, which she never apologized for, which was when I graduated law school. I didn't want to make a big deal about it because I didn't know if I was going to pass the bar exam. Um, I wanted to be low key. The only people I wanted to come to my graduation were her, my brother, and my dad. She wanted to make a big deal, a big hoorah. She wanted my aunts to come. I didn't want them to come because I already knew they had a whole lot of negative energy. Um, but then she said, "Oh, you think you're too good to have your family come?" And she, like, I was so uppity and I was too good for my family. And then said that she already bought a plane ticket and um that I caused her to waste money. No. First of all, that was a lie. She didn't buy her plane ticket. But she only said that because she wanted to back me into a corner to where I had to let them come. And so I caved in. This was before I had any self-esteem, before I actually would stand up to her. So I let them come, and um, I was real stressed out because there was just an award that I was supposed to get, but they gave it to somebody else. And I don't know, I felt some kind of way because my whole family was there, or whatever. My mom, my three aunts, and my brother. My dad didn't come. My dad is a narcissist also. He didn't come because he was jealous of me. But I didn't know that they had collected this money, right? They collected money for me to pass to whatever, take the bar exam. I didn't need the money, right? I had already gotten a scholarship from the state bar association, and I had a bar study loan from Navient. I forget what was Navient. Was that Sally Mae? No, whatever Navient was before they changed the name of it. Anyway, I had like a whole bunch of money. I mean, I didn't want to use it, but I had it, if I needed it. And so she collected money from my aunts, and one of them was mad at me because I guess they pressured her into giving me money. And then she's like, ain't you don't you got a job? And nobody works fresh out of law school, right? Nobody works while they're studying for the bar exam, right? Everybody takes time to do this, and the goal is to pass the bar exam the first time, because eventually you're going to run out of money. And when you run out of money, it's hard to study for the bar exam and work at the same time. So if you have to retake it, it's going to be very difficult to pass. First of all, the bar exam is only offered once every 6 months. So if you don't pass it, you got to wait 6 months. And that's 6 months of you trying to survive without any income. Nobody's going to hire you. You have a law degree, you're not licensed. Um, so my aunt basically grilled me and about it's not my fault. I didn't ask her to give me that damn money. That was my mom. My ex-mom knew that I didn't want to make a big deal about it. She knew I didn't want that kind of pressure on me. She and then so it just made me feel like shit because I didn't have a job and I didn't know. I was trying to figure out what was going to do. They stressed me the fuck out, all of them, and I was extremely depressed. I'm supposed to be studying for the bar exam. She keeps calling me. Oh, you want to get corporate law? She was giving my number to everybody. They were calling me, putting all this pressure on me and shit. And I was extremely depressed. I kept begging her to stop. She wouldn't stop. Um, I was so stressed out. There's no way I could pass. And then, of course, after that, I had to work. So I mean, the last time I took it, I was working like 80 hours a week trying to study for the bar. There's no way I could do it. So I'm not. I can't say for sure that I would have passed if she would have left me the fuck alone, but that was a contributing factor. I wish she had not stressed me out and she would have listened. I told her, don't make a big deal about it. Wait until I get my damn license. But no, she had to make it all about herself. She had to brag, tell everybody, have everybody calling me. Um, and then afterwards, I didn't pass the bar exam, and then I was depressed. And then she wants to call me about some shit on Facebook, basically trying to ask me, did I come out the closet? I'm like, I was never in the fucking closet. I just don't talk about it to you because you are homophobic. She said a whole lot of homophobic shit, when I was growing up. There was a gay guy at her job who she talked about. So why would I have any reason to talk to you about it? And that's the reason I didn't want her on my Facebook channel in the first place. Like the stuff that I post on Facebook is not about you. Everything has to be about her. So if I post something on Facebook, then that's her invitation to pry into my life. And you already know that I'm depressed, and you want to call me with this bullshit. Oh, you coming out, and how come you never told me you're gay? And then she tried to force me to tell her that I was gay, and I didn't. She's like, you're gay. You're gay. I'm your mother. I have a right to know. And this, so basically, it was a nasty argument. I wanted to cuss her out, but I was still trying to be respectful, but I was pissed. So we hung up, and I didn't talk to her for about a good 2 years. We had a death in the family, and then she basically forced her way back into my life. And she never apologized for any of this shit. But I assumed that she was sorry. She wasn't sorry. Um, because even okay, this is the shit that happened most recently, which caused me to cut her off. I was miserable the day of my graduation because I was so stressed out and I couldn't even say anything because my family was there, right? But I didn't bring it up. I was just going to move on from. She sends me a picture from my graduation day when I was fucking miserable, and I just had to just. I mean, I was pissed. Like I had just been slighted from this award. My aunt has a knee problem. She was walking slow as hell, and I just wanted to get to my car and get the fuck out. And anyway, she ruined my whole fucking graduation. And then she sends me this picture, like I'm supposed to be like, leave me the fuck alone. Um, and she already knows that my life is shitty, right? And I'm finally trying to, I finally accept that I'm not going to be an attorney more than likely, but I'm trying to move on. Um, and I can't do that with her because she won't wait until I get to where I'm going. She wants to be updated and she wants me to fill her in on everything step by step so she can run her mouth and go brag about it and then stress me out again. So even when I ran for office, I didn't tell her. I told other people, but she found out last through other people. And she's like, "How come you didn't tell me?" Because I know I'm not going to win. I'm doing this for political reasons because I'm an activist. But as soon as she found out, she started bragging and telling everybody, I'm not going to win. She's like, "Oh, you don't know. How the fuck do I not know about my own campaign? I know about how much money I raised. I have a political science degree. I have a Juris Doctorate. I have a master's degree in public affairs. What the fuck do you have to sit up here and tell me that I don't know whether I'm going to win?" This ignorant as hell. She doesn't give a shit about stressing me out. She just wants bragging rights so that she can be validated. And then after my life is already fucking destroyed, she still wants to pretend like nothing happened. She still wants me to what? Okay, I can't deal with her because like even the last time I was in Philly, I'm from Philly, y'all. My grandma died on my dad's side, and she crashed the funeral. And I wanted to spend time with my dad's side of the family. So I didn't even tell her that I was in town. But she crashed the funeral. She got upset because my dad wasn't paying her any attention. Why would he pay attention? You're his ex wife, who he doesn't get along with. His mother just died. This is not about you. So she crashed the funeral. And then she basically um, told everybody that I was in town, and now they're all expecting to see me. She didn't even ask me. She told me she just got on the phone and started telling everybody. And now I can't even avoid it because she already ran her damn mouth. And then, of course, once she tells me, there was a family dinner or family lunch, whatever. Um, of course, they all put me on the spot, um, talking about law school. This happens every time I deal with her. I feel like it's a setup. She knows that they're going to do that shit. She always put me in these situations where everybody's going to gang up to me and gang up on me and talk about law school and what are you going to do and all this other shit. And then she just it's like this is your fault. But then when they start doing that shit, she's nowhere to be found. Stressed me the fuck out. And then the last time I saw her, it was at my brother's house. Um, she came in town at the last minute. She wanted me to come and see her. I didn't. I mean, it was last minute. Like I was busy. This is the whole thing. Y'all know I'm an anti-natalist, so I don't believe in procreation. But I'm trying not to be angry with her. I'm trying not to hold it against her. But it's like she wants me to reward her on Mother's Day, even though she was a shitty mother. She wants me to celebrate whatever birthdays and all that shit, even though I'm against it. All that shit stresses me out. It's like I don't believe in this shit. Why do I have to do something I don't want to do just to make you happy when you have never done anything to make me happy? So I was at my brother's house and she brought her husband, and then her husband put me on the spot, asking me what do I do for a living and all it. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. You threw me under the bus once again. Now, if you were going to put me in this situation, because you're the one who pressured me, because I told her that I couldn't come because I had to work. Then she was forceful about it, wanting to know my schedule. So I just said, fuck it. I changed my shift with somebody else, and I went there just to make her happy. Because that's all I do is fucking make her happy and make myself miserable. And then her fucking husband puts me on the spot about what I do for a living, and I'm just like, this is your fault. You keep throwing me under the bus. You keep stressing me out. And then she keeps sending me all these text messages asking me how I'm doing. You know I'm fucking miserable. Why do you keep asking me that fucking question? I asked her to stop and she does it anyway. So I just cut her off. I'm like, and I again I wrote her a very detailed letter explaining why I cut her off. She she was abusive as a child. I mean, just she just beat me for everything. I peed in the bed, okay, but I'm 5 years old. I don't like it's dark. I used to have these dreams that I was going to the bathroom. I didn't realize that wasn't real. I thought I actually went to the bathroom. Instead of her trying to find out why I did it, she would just beat me. Anytime the teachers called me or called her, she would never find out what happened. She would just beat me, just punch me in the face, beat me with an extension cord. Um, I can't deal with her because I don't know. I think for a long time I didn't put it all together. I didn't realize that this woman really doesn't give a fuck about me, and she didn't give a fuck about me as a child. The thing, because I like I'm going to open this up pretty soon, so I'm whatever. I have a lot to get off my chest, and the reason that I'm doing this live stream is because now that I've realized the cause of my stress, because I've already cut everybody else off who was stressing me out. She was the last one. And the reason I didn't want to cut her off is because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So I just tolerated the abuse. I just took it on, whatever dumb comments she would say, I would just let it ride, and it was eating me up. So eventually I did cut her off, but I put up with that shit for a long, long, long time. Even though, like, she would say stupid shit, and I would just, oh, she doesn't know any better. I would just keep giving her free passes, and I don't think that she gets it. I don't think she cares. So when she sent my brother that text message asking him to talk me into talk to reconnecting with her, he asked her, "Have you ever considered getting help?" And she didn't respond. The reason she didn't respond is because she doesn't think she's the problem. She thinks I'm the problem. I'm disrespectful. I have done everything to try to make her happy. I've never complained about her abuse. Um, and I just finally got to a point where I was just like, you know what? This woman is causing me to be depressed. She's stressing me the fuck out. Why should I have to deal with this shit for the rest of my life? She's dead weight. It's like, I feel like she's occupying my mind rent free. Every time she does shit, I can't just forget about it because on some level I feel guilty because her feelings are hurt, even though I don't feel I necessarily did anything. She feels entitled, like I'm her son, therefore my world is supposed to revolve around her. She's supposed to always come first no matter what, even though my life is all fucked up. Even when I'm depressed and suicidal, I'm still supposed to put her first. Like she's a fucking needy ass child. It's like a role reversal where I'm supposed to cater to her needs, and I just don't fucking matter. I've never mattered to her. The things that I was into when I was a child, I played the violin, the flute, the bells. I sang in a choir. I had to quit that shit because um, she didn't want to take me to the concert. She was just trifling, just lazy. She didn't give a fuck. Um, and then when I was little, like elementary school, my brother used to get A's and B's, and I would get basically B's and C's. Basically because I hated the school that I went to. My aunt worked there. She was a teacher's aide, and she told the teachers that they had permission to beat me. Um, so I hated those fucking teachers because they all hit me, and nobody protected me. She didn't fucking protect me. Um, and so yeah, I didn't apply myself, but it wasn't like I was stupid. She made it seem like my brother was the smart one, and I was the dumb one. And it wasn't until my grandma told me that I was smart that I started applying myself. She never encouraged me at all. She wasn't nurturing. Just an abusive cunt my entire fucking life. So it's like, how long am I supposed to put up with this shit? I put up with it long enough. She abused my dad. She abused my brother. She abused me. And I know she's abusing her husband. Um, I don't know what it is. I don't know if she hates men. I don't know what it is. But I'm not going to deal with it. I don't know why my dad never stood up to her, but I'll stand up to her. And that's the reason why I don't want to talk to her, because I'm not giving her free passes anymore. If she comes off slick with me, I don't have any feelings towards her. I have no respect for her. I will cuss her the fuck out. If she puts her hands on me, I will fucking defend myself. I'm not giving her any grace. I've given her grace my entire life. If she ever puts her fucking hands on me again, it's game over. It's game over. I'm not saying that I would initiate whatever against her, but if I'm going to defend myself. She better not ever put her fucking hands on me again. Okay, y'all. So that's my rant. Yeah, I'm an anti-natalist, and I'm already upset that I was born, but I don't bring that up, right? Whenever I talk about anti-natalism, which she's not smart enough to even understand what it is, she automatically assumes that means that I'm suicidal, and it's like, so her response is always going to be, well, you need help. No, that even if I do need help, I wouldn't need help if you didn't impose life on me in the first place. And then on top of imposing life on me, you still think that you should be rewarded. You still think that I should give you gifts on Mother's Day, which fucking eats me up, because I was doing it just to spare her feelings, but it would eat me the fuck up. Like, I felt like I just sold out. I compromised everything that I believe. For some people, maybe it's just small, it's flowers, but no. It's like, why am I rewarding this woman for abusing me and breeding me into hell? Um, and that's the reason why I can't do it. I can't deal with her, because she's going to expect me to do all those things that I don't want to do. She's going to expect flowers on Mother's Day. She's going to want to constantly check on me and see how I'm doing so she can go run her damn mouth. Um, anyway, y'all, I did post a link, but I just realized she was sabotaging me the whole damn time. Um, and I think my dad sabotaged me too, but not as I don't know, not as malicious as her. He did it in a more indirect way, because he was jealous, and he basically, he's a narcissist too, so he wants attention. And so yeah, I can talk about him, but just to make a long story short, after law school, I went to go move with him, and because at his insistence, he wanted me to live with him, basically because he was lonely, he needed somebody to talk to, and I'm supposed to be studying for the bar exam, but he basically wanted to consume all of my time. This man could literally talk his head off. He could talk from 7 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning without me saying, with me saying very little. He just took up all of my time. He wanted me to be stuck at his house. He didn't want me to have a future. He was trying to sabotage me too. He knew that, I had came from an apartment where I had lived on my own since like 17, which is when I went to the military. So this was supposed to be a temporary thing, me staying with him. He tried to talk me into buying a new car, because he wanted me to be stuck at his house. He didn't want me to leave, and then he wouldn't have anybody to talk to. So yeah, he sabotaged me. I was trying to find jobs and do things so I could get back on my feet, but he wouldn't let me do that shit. He wanted me to be stuck, and he literally told me that I was stuck. Like, I'm not stuck. I have all this money, and so I basically had to take that money that I had to go get myself an apartment, and that was the money that I was supposed to be using for preparing for the bar exam. So they both fucking sabotaged me, and if it wasn't for them, I think my life would have turned out very differently, because I did everything right, despite the fact that they didn't raise me. I mean, they provided food, clothing, and shelter, but they never taught me anything about life. All she did was beat the shit out of me, and I don't know, he just he just talked about random bullshit. He didn't actually teach me anything about life. And I mean, he was saying that he never had to worry about me as opposed to my brother because I was making good decisions. And it's like, no, I was still a fucking child. Like, I was raising myself and I was making good decisions because I had to, but I still needed some type of fucking support. Like, why would you dump a child into the world and then just let them raise themselves and then think that you're actually doing something? The only thing I ever got from either one of them was money, right? If I was stuck in a situation, they will give me money. But if I needed wisdom, if I needed to talk about my situation, or no, they don't have anything to say. They don't know anything. They don't know anything, but yet they still want to tell you what to do. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen my mom read a fucking book my entire fucking life. Like, how can you be that damn ignorant? You're just running around not knowing shit, but you want to tell everybody what to do? Okay, y'all. So, that was a rant. I didn't even think it was going to be that long. But anyway, I'm going to post that link again because I know other people have been sabotaged by their parents. Okay, there it is. I don't know if there's much more that I can add to it, but the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to get my life together, and I have cut up all the dead weight, and now I can focus. I mean, I wish I would have done this a long time ago. I don't see why I set up and allow her to stress me the fuck out. Um, this, I mean, she just never had anything beneficial to contribute to my life. Everything was based on me giving her attention, and I know what it is. Part of it is that I look like my dad, so it's like she took her anger out on me and treated me as if I was him. She even said it. You're black just like your father. You're black ass. I mean, that's all I heard from her. Um, so yeah, because things didn't work out between them. I look like him, and she just took it out on me, and I just can't do it anymore. Why? I mean, how long is this shit supposed to go on? I did with it. I mean, anyway, I don't know if anybody wants to come up because I don't really have much more to say. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Maybe I'm the only one who has been sabotaged, but anyway, I don't see anybody coming. The last time they said that I ended the live stream too soon, so if somebody wants to come up, let me know before I click off. All right. Well, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. This was my little rant because now going into 2024, I'm leaving all this shit behind. I'm not trying to be reminded of whatever. I'm not trying to carry anybody else. I need to focus on me. Like, my life is in a complete chaos. Um, I'm working a job that I fucking hate, and I need to focus on me. So I can't deal with that shit anymore. I just can't. It's not like she can do anything to help me. Like, you didn't try to teach me as a child. What? How are you going to do anything for me as an adult? I don't even know why these people even fucking have children. You know good and damn well that you don't want the responsibility. You're just going to drop your kids off at anybody's house so you can go to the club and shake your ass. You don't know if they're being abused. You don't know if they're being molested. You don't even fucking care. Just get them out of my hair, not spend any time with them, beat the shit out of them whenever you get bored. Why did you even have fucking children in the first place? I just don't get it. I don't get it. A lot of these people would have been better off getting sterilized or having an abortion. You have kids and you know good and damn well you don't want children. Well, she had me when she was 20, which I think should have been a clue. I think 20 is too young. I sure as hell wouldn't be prepared to raise a child at 20 years old. Um, but I don't think she cared because I think she had children for selfish reasons. She wanted somebody to love her, somebody to feed her narcissistic supply. Um, she does talk about how my grandma never said that she loved her, which I don't know what her relationship dynamic was with her when she was young. But what I can say about my grandma didn't say that she loved anybody, but she showed it. She spent time with everybody. She put her family first. She cooked. She she made sure everybody was taken care of. She put everybody's needs before her own. I didn't. I mean, I don't know. I felt the only love and nurturing I ever received was from her. My ex mom was just an abusive cunt. I just. I mean, it's almost like I didn't know. I didn't ever feel safe in that damn house. I didn't know if she was going to come in my room and beat the shit out of me. Um, I yeah, I begged my dad to come pick me up so I could go move with him. And even the day that he came to pick me up, she still was punching me that day. This is an evil woman, an evil woman. All right, y'all. So I don't think I made a mistake by cutting her off. I think this is what I needed to do. I think I should have done it a long time ago. And now I'm focusing on me, which I should have done a long time ago. I should. Why should I have to focus on a grown woman? She's married. She has a husband, but she thinks it's my responsibility to validate her as a human being. I'm supposed to make her feel special. I'm supposed to make her feel loved. I'm supposed to make sure that she, enjoys her birthday, whatever holiday. It's like it's my responsibility because I'm the oldest and because I look like my dad. It's like, why isn't your husband doing that shit? You know, she chose him. And when she did marry him, she told me she didn't care what I thought about it. Okay. Well, you didn't care what I then it's not my fault. It's not on me. I wouldn't have told her not to marry him, but I probably would have had something to say about it. But she didn't want my opinion, so I said, "Fuck it. I'm not going to the wedding. I'm going back to my dad's house, and y'all can have fun." Um. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream since no one's coming up. But I did want to have a discussion, but it is what it is. So y'all let me know what type of content y'all want me to do so that I can, because I don't know. I'm completely out of touch. I was going to do a boring live stream about Israel and Gaza, but I decided to do this instead because I thought more people would be interested. But yeah, I have no idea what kind of content y'all want because the things that interest me probably are not interesting to a lot of people. But um, anyway, y'all have a good night, and I will be doing another live stream probably next week.